I take my whiskey, my coffee.
I don't. I like rocks.
I know you like rocks. I used to.
Does neat mean no rocks?
Yeah, neat
Correct.
means just whiskey in a glass.
God.
Like, I don't mind it.
No
I mean, you want to try?
I don't mind it,
I've
but I
tried
definitely prefer with ice.
I just don't like things diluted. Like, if I could have cold whiskey, I wouldn't mind it.
I feel like that changed after this song came out, though.
No, fuck you. No, it didn't.
You
need to ask
get
your wife.
Whiskey stones.
You keep coming at me with these things. Like, you feel
No,
like I just now
remember
started
you-
saying
I
bub.
remember
And I've been
you-
saying bub forever. And you come in here like, oh, you're just not saying bub because the new Deadpool movie's coming out. Like, no, I've been saying it for a long time.
No.
You can
I
ask my
didn't
coworkers.
say just because.
Yes, you did.
I said your
Yes, you
frequency
did.
increased
No, good sir.
significantly.
Do not change your story now. Do not change the story
good
now.
sir.
No, you have
No.
said bub forever, but
What's
you would give me
Justin's
like
last name?
one
Oh,
bub.
Johnson.
You would give me one bub every quarter. And then the other
No.
day you came and you said it like 12 times in a night.
I
was
did
like, bro,
not. I did not.
You did. I was there.
But anyways, I know I've always enjoyed my whiskey neat.
I don't feel like that's true.
Take my whiskey neat.
Because that was my problem is I enjoy drinking it with ice. I enjoy that, like, when it's initially put in, but anything after like 3 minutes of the ice being in there, I don't appreciate it as much.
Buy whiskey stones.
Did I
Put 'em in
not
the
get you
freezer.
whiskey
I've
stones?
tried
That's
that,
so
and I have
nice,
had some,
Dean.
I
but
thought I got you some.
they
Yeah.
didn't work very well. At least not for
no,
me.
that's what it is. I got you the whiskey stones, and they didn't work well enough, so you went back to ice. That's why I can't get it out of my head that you like ice in your drinks.
I like it cold.
Yeah.
Just keep your bottle in the freezer.
I was going to say, why don't you just throw it in the
I could
freezer
do
for...
that. I could do that. And I enjoy my coffee black, actually.
My coffee black and my... Gosh, you are the song.
I am.
Tim
listening.
is literally.
He does
cozy.
not take his bed at 3.
I do not do that.
Tim is in bed by 8:30.
that is the one opposite of that.
Grandpa.
I used to like going, but like ever since kids,
Tim
man.
is like, let me put these kids down, and then falls asleep reading the story.
This is the Always More podcast.
Hello. It is July 10th, and welcome to the Always More podcast, where we believe there's always more room at the table for honest questions, meaningful conversations, and deeper understanding. Today on the pod, we are talking about the power of friendship, bedtime stories, skateboarding vampires, the state of Oklahoma, and so much more. I am your host, Tim, and sitting next to me is my best friend in the whole entire world and zombie apocalypse survival expert, Christopher Ford.
I will make it, whether you want me to or not.
And then also joining us is our yeehaw girl in the Kansas world, Harley Bianco.
That's me.
Also, the guy who puts the sin in Wisconsin, Justin Johnson.
Hello.
And lastly, our diamond of the season, Tiara Bailey.
Hello, it's Mrs. Bailey now. Hello, how
The
are
new
you?
Bailey.
The new Bailey.
The newlywed.
Ew.
Where's your husband?
My husband's fishing right now.
It's lame.
That's if you had given me 100 guesses as to what he's doing, fishing would not have been one of them.
You'd be surprised how much he fishes. Like it's
If
it's
you've
a
been
lot.
following his Instagram, he's been fishing
he is
a lot.
Fishing.
I tell you guys every week, I have an Instagram. I never get on it.
Yeah, you should. Just to at least see how many fish Jordan catches. Because he posts them all.
I'm gonna stop following everybody else. I'm just gonna follow Jordan and my wife. That's
Period.
it.
There you go.
Hey.
You.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, do
hell?
you guys catch hundreds of fish?
No.
No? All right then.
I
Good
catch
point.
like one. Not even.
I don't have my
I've-
fishing license.
He doesn't
I
either.
haven't fished in 31 years.
I don't think
Jordan doesn't have a fishing license?
Maybe I shouldn't expose him on
Oh,
the
wow.
podcast.
That is on the internet.
If
You
you're a
better hope
game
it's a lie.
warden listening
I-
to our podcast,
It's a lie.
Don't.
We got
He has
something.
all of his licenses.
Yeah, he is certified and licensed and legal.
Brother went to academy. He's good. Took care of it.
You can do it online, actually.
Oh,
It's really simple.
he definitely
I
did.
think
online.
Yeah.
last time I got one, we
That's
went to
what Hunter
Walmart.
did.
My dad and I went to Walmart.
So that was
If
a
that gives
lo-
you
long
an
time
idea of
ago.
how long ago that was.
Okay, hold on. But why do you need a license to fish? What's
This,
the point?
Because anytime you do anything at all in this country, you have to pay the government.
I mean,
So like,
And I mean literally anything.
No,
when
for
you
real.
die, you have to pay the government.
I found that out the other day too. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
death tax. Yeah.
Like I could leave
It's
Ellie
about, like-
all the money in the world, and she's going to have to pay taxes on the money I gave her that I was already taxed on when I earned it.
That's stupid.
Yes.
Yes, it
Our
is.
entire economic system in this country is stupid.
Mm.
The only way I would see that being beneficial is for like it being towards like the 1% basically. Like, hey, you have too much. Give it. You should have given it away more than you did.
Again,
I have a statement.
So,
I think when you make it to $999,999, that's it. You get a trophy in the mail that says you won capitalism, and everything after that is taxed at 100%.
Yes,
you
Harley.
win.
I figured out why you need a fishing license.
Oh, please
Why?
tell us the reason.
It funds crucial conservation efforts like habitat restoration, fish stocking, and pollution control.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
If I
Oh.
believe that's what it were actually going to,
Mm.
I'd support it.
I mean, fish stocking is a thing,
It
at
is a
least up
thing.
here in the Midwest, where oftentimes it's like I've seen it happen. It's like they roll in like this giant like truck, like you'd see like transporting liquid, and they just literally just dump a truckload of fish into
Could you
a pond
imagine
or a
being
lake or
that
whatever.
fish? Like you grow up your whole life in like some tank or whatever, and you're like, "This is the world. My family is here, and everything is great." And then all of a sudden, you're just dumped into a pond somewhere.
Like aggressively thrown into
Yes.
a pond, literally.
Wait.
Well, no,
And you're just stuck there.
And then you got predators. You're like, I have to find my own food. What is this?
Yeah.
Have
oh
you
my gosh.
have you guys seen like what those contraptions they made for like salmon and like other fish that travel up rivers where they put up dams? They've made like these little tubes that are like vacuums. And they-
I have seen them because you can watch them.
Yes.
They have the fish doorbells.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, you can go online and there's a fish doorbell where like the fish will ring the doorbell, and there are people that watch them like 24/7, and they open the gate for the fish.
Oh.
So the gate's not always open.
Yeah.
But,
What
like,
in
Sorry,
the
Harley,
world?
what just happened?
the fish
I
like
saw a fly.
the fish
I got
have like
confused.
learned to ring the doorbell or just like wait outside the gate for it to open. So it's like a motion sensing doorbell type thing. And there's people that just have this program running on their computer, and every time a fish walks up or swims up, I guess, they hit the little button and
Oh.
the door opens, the fish goes through, and then it closes.
Well, there you go.
I need this in my life.
What is the point?
Fish can be entertaining, I
Fish-
guess.
because fish have to get
Satisfaction,
upstream.
Tiara.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the ones I'm talking about, like it's like a long ass tube that goes up like a quarter of a mile, and you throw it in there, and they get zoop. They like vacuumed up all the way to the other side of the
It's an
river.
elevator.
It's hilarious. Hilarious.
I just realized these cats are eating my chicken.
Fish elevator.
Excuse me 1 second while I cook some cats.
All right, well, we're gonna move along while Chris is figuring that out. We got a fun episode for you guys today. But let's move along. Let's do our episode. Let's do our first segment. And it's time for a little Rec and Rev. This is the part of the show where we like to recommend and review some items that we watched, listened to, smelled, something along those lines here. Harley, let's start off with you.
Okay. You know what's that? The commercial with the trucks, the voice,
What are you talking about?
where it's like,
No.
"Have you ever driven a Dodge Ram?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's
I know what you're talking about.
This Wreck and Rev makes me think of. So, I don't know about you, but for me, I have always contemplated what it has been like, or what it would be like to be a truck driver.
Okay.
So, there is in fact a video game for that,
Well, yeah.
and it's called American Truck Simulator. So you get to play as a truck driver driving in, like, I think the original game is like Nevada, California, and Arizona, but you can buy DLCs for the other states.
Right. Can you?
And you could just drive around, deliver goods, park the truck, and earn money and points and build your own
Harley, did
truck driving service.
Did you discover this on TikTok? Because that's definitely come across my For You page on people on live just roaming around in their truck, just delivering things state to state.
Yeah.
What
People
did
will
I
have
miss?
American Truck Simulator. But like
Oh,
people
yeah,
have
yeah.
like full rigs where it's like they've
Yes.
got like the multi-monitor set up so they can
Yes.
see
Yes.
It
everything
looks
and
like
the
they're
controls.
actually in a
They
truck.
have the steering wheel.
Yeah,
I mean,
They
you gotta have the steering wheel for any driving sim, you know.
The mirrors on
Oh,
each
I know.
side.
Yeah,
it's insane.
it's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
a
like,
whole
why
thing.
not just
I'm-
buy a real truck? Like the amount of
Just-
money you spent on that simulator, just buy a real truck and actually make money doing that.
Yeah, get your
because
CDL.
you have
drive
to
for
get a
fun.
CDL.
That's true.
It's really hard.
It's not that hard,
Have you
unfortunately.
driven a semi before, Justin?
Have you seen the people who drive them?
Justin, have you lived another
Okay,
life we don't
so-
know about?
Wait, what was that?
Justin's living a secret life as a
As
trucker.
a truck
The
driver.
long haul
Okay.
trucker.
So no,
He's
but actually, real
not
talk.
even in a house right now. That's just the back of his truck.
Surprise. But no, real talk. One of my friends actually trains people at a trucking place, and he's like, these people they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They should not have their CDL. And I work at a place where I have a loading dock, and I get to watch people back in. And let me tell you,
They
I've never
cannot.
driven a semi before, but I am 80% sure I could do better than some of these people because it's
Oh,
real
God.
bad.
I feel
It's
that
pretty
way about
hard
a
in the
lot of
video
things.
game. I can't imagine it's much easier in
No,
real life.
literally. I
We-
can't
You
even
get
tear them
aerial
apart, bro.
view.
Well, in
Yeah.
the video game, you can crash as many times as you want and just reset.
Yeah,
Well,
someone-
no, it takes off money
Well,
from your delivery.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, a company hit our garage door track the other day
Oh,
where they
That's
were
crazy.
like they tried to pull into the wrong dock and then they like pulled out because like the truck wouldn't fit in that one, and then they pulled out and they turned too tightly and just ripped the whole entire door track,
wow.
clipped part of the building. It was great.
Oh,
That's yeah.
jeez.
So I would rather play a video game where you don't cause real life harm. And it's all
That's no
silly fun.
fun.
Haha.
What's the point?
I chose so when you first start the game, you get to pick this like random it's like a real photo of people, but like you get to pick your like character.
Wait, are you telling me you have baseball cards for truck drivers? That's what I'm hearing here.
No. You get to turn random American photos into truck drivers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like this guy has been a steel mill worker his whole life. And you're like, yeah, he looks like a good truck driver. I'll pick him.
Yeah. And so I chose this one lady. She's old. She's white. She's got
did you
white
buy the
hair.
game?
Yeah, I bought the game.
That's what she's
Yeah,
been talking
that's
about
what-
this whole
I
time.
know
I'm
you actually
talking
bought it. I
about.
thought you were just talking about the game in general.
No, I bought the game. I play the game. And I chose this old white lady, and her name, I think I named her like Betty Lou McJohnson or something.
That sounds right.
And her truck driving company is called Golden Eagle Truckin'. No G. It wouldn't let me put the G on there. Too many characters.
It allowed you to put the entirety of Golden Eagle Truck in, and then for the last letter it was just like, nah.
Yeah. It was just like, no. And I was like,
You know, honestly, it
hell
might
yeah,
have given you
brother.
the amount. I was gonna say it might have given you the amount of letters. It just thought that truckin' was better.
clearly. And I respect them for that. And so basically you have to do these like offshoot jobs to get enough money to like you buy your own little shop, but you have to get enough money to like build up your company and have your company be its like own delivery thing.
That's pretty
It's
neat.
pretty awesome. My favorite thing is to compare different deliveries, and it'll be like office paper, $1,000 for the delivery. And then it's like, oh, what was I do a lot of food ones because I think they're really funny. I think I delivered like bananas one time, and it was like $4,000. I was like,
What's
obviously, I'm
insane
picking
is
bananas.
you also delivered a bunch of spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wherever you deliver bananas, you're delivering spiders.
Really?
I think
Mhm.
I
Why?
think that
Like, they
delivery
just-
was in
They
Arizona.
just live there
just live
in
in
the
bananas?
bananas. Yes.
Like what type of spiders? The brown recluse.
No, they're tropical spiders. Usually a lot
Oh,
of orb weavers. There's one called the banana spider.
Is
So-
it like it's how big is the spider?
The banana spider is like that big.
Oh. Oh.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
Nope.
like it.
The spider itself is like that big, but its
The
legs,
legs
spread
yeah.
out like
no,
super
scary. That means it's this big.
far.
Not
Yeah,
that
it's
big.
giant.
Yeah.
It's a giant spider.
No. I will never
Kansas
deliver
has a
bananas.
lot of spiders.
You say Kansas has a lot of spiders?
Yeah, there's like spiders everywhere in our house.
I
Would not have
want-
guessed that.
shoot.
I want to respect it as a state, but you just keep telling me things about it that make me not.
That's funny.
Honestly, it's not real. It's not a real place.
Kansas is the only state that is remotely Midwest that I've never been to. I've been to every state that touches Kansas.
I drove
At least
through
like 2
Kansas
states in
once.
each direction,
Same.
but never been to Kansas.
That's how you know it's
And,
really
like-
not real. If Justin
Yeah,
hasn't
and
been,
With
I
his
feel
long haul
like-
trucking job, yeah.
literally.
I feel like in each part of Kansas, like it's similar to Texas in the sense that there's different ecosystems and different cultures.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
like-
okay. Actually, no. You explain. Go ahead.
Wait,
So
did-
like more southern Kansas is like really hick
Mm-hmm.
because it's just it's that close to Oklahoma. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just
that makes sense. Yeah.
and then out west there's a lot more flat land, but then it's suddenly like mountains. We're
See,
going into Colorado.
I went west. Like I went
Whole different area.
north through Oklahoma and then into Kansas and then cut left into Colorado
Mm-hmm.
so that I could go to Grand Junction and go mountain climbing.
Ooh,
That was
That's
fun.
cool.
that's really cool.
And then like East Kansas is like, it's like Topeka, which is like the capital. So there's like, a lot more things happening. And then you approach like
Topeka.
Kansas City and start getting into Missouri and all that stuff. And then like North Kansas is like Nebraska.
I've also been
That's
to
it.
Kansas
Which is
City.
another flatland.
I've also been to Kansas City, but I don't know if it was a Kansas one or the Missouri one.
Oh my god.
I truly don't know which one I was in.
No one does.
I don't care either.
No. It's
I
all
think
Kansas
if it was a bigger,
You were in Missouri then, if it was bigger, right?
It was a city because
No.
it was where the
yeah, if it was a city, then it was probably
it
Missouri.
was where the headquarters for the Vivint New Home Division was. I went
Missouri.
there for work, so it's probably Missouri,
Yeah, it was probably
wherever the
Missouri.
Chiefs are from.
Missouri.
All right, it was Missouri then.
I went to a. I'm sorry. We're just going off.
We
Who's
sure
next?
are. It's
Sorry.
Justin's turn.
Who's next? Dum, 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 dum.
All right. So I haven't watched much lately or anything new. So my rec is a show that came out like 2 years ago. It is Tulsa King.
Tulsa King. Why does it sound
Tulsa
familiar?
King.
Oklahoma.
Because it sounds like Lion.
We
not
don't
Lion King.
like
Yeah. So
them.
Tulsa King
Oh,
stars
Tiger King.
Sylvester.
Tiger King.
That-
Lion King.
It's Sylvester Stallone plays like a mobster who just did 25 years in prison for a murder, didn't rat out his people. He gets out, finds the world has changed. He was in New York to ship him off to Oklahoma. And he
Oh.
just
Question.
I saw the
He-
previews for that.
yeah,
Was this a show or a film?
it's a show. It's a show.
I feel like I
Um,
remember seeing the trailer.
And he goes to set up shop in Oklahoma, starts his businesses, and it's funny in the way that like parts of Breaking Bad can be funny. And Sylvester Stallone does not look like he's 77 or whatever he is. He is old
That's
as
true.
shit. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's enjoyable. I won't say it's like 10 out of 10, but easily like 7 out of 10. Worth watching. I think the first season is 9 episodes,
Fair
and it's
play.
on my Plex server. So
So it's on my Plex server.
exactly.
Ooh.
That's right.
Is it streaming
Slay.
anywhere else?
On Plex.
Mobsters.
As far as I know, no. Actually, let me see. Let's see.
I thought it was
Is
on
Oklahoma the
Netflix.
South?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
That is weird.
geographically,
It's streaming
like-
on Paramount Plus.
I think Oklahoma is Midwest.
No, it's not.
I don't care what it actually is. I feel like
It
it's
is not
Midwest.
Midwest.
I feel that Oklahoma is the Midwest. It
No,
doesn't deserve
no.
to be considered the South.
We don't claim
Southern Central
Oklahoma.
region.
Mm.
Oklahoma can fall into the ocean.
Oh my god.
It can't. It's landlocked.
Yeah.
So let's pick it up and throw
throw
it
it
into the ocean.
overboard.
Oh, I'm well aware that it is landlocked. But if I could eliminate 2 states from the country, I would pick Oklahoma twice.
Oh,
God.
Jesus. Ooh.
Fun fact.
I
I don't
hate
know if you
driving
guys are
through
aware.
Oklahoma.
It is illegal to go whaling in Oklahoma.
I didn't know that. I think you've mentioned that before here, buddy.
Whaling
Whaling.
Whaling.
Like hunting
Whaling.
whales.
They got
in
whales.
Oklahoma.
It's illegal. You can't do it.
But
Don't
okay.
try
God,
it.
I hope not.
Don't you dare.
Don't you do it.
In 100 years,
No,
when
You'll be
Oklahoma
arrested
is
so
a coastal
fast.
city because of global warming, it's gonna matter.
Oh, what's
Well,
a good
didn't it used to
point.
be like
No, I think they mapped it out, and like I think Austin is going to be partially underwater.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Shut
like
up.
if I'm remembering correctly, the map that I saw of where like everything is happening, Austin is going to be partially underwater.
but Florida's gone.
Yes,
no,
gone. So
no,
gone.
Florida.
Yeah.
So
I like
It's like-
Florida.
anyway,
Tiara, you're next.
You like Miami. You don't like Florida.
I do like
That's a
Miami.
very big difference.
Okay,
I don't
guys.
like
Whoa,
Miami.
whoa. You don't like Miami?
no.
Two different places.
Why not? Chris,
well,
you
I
would
went.
thrive in Miami.
I feel like I would, but I went with people that did things that I didn't enjoy, so I didn't get to experience Miami in a way that I wanted to. I experienced
you-
Miami the way they wanted to,
yeah, so you don't like
which
Miami.
is basically just nightclubs.
Yeah, no, there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
Like Little Havana is one of my favorite areas.
Oh, you're right. I
I-
would thrive in Miami.
Yeah, I love
Think
it.
about it, like the Cuban culture. Just
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
Cuban culture is just top tier. Love it. Fire.
Havana,
I'm gonna live there for a little bit
no.
before it drowns in the ocean. Okay,
Get there quick.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
They need to knock down their falsettos and recognize.
Hey, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Why?
Listen to the long haul trucker. If he says it's
He
not
said
worth it,
I
it's not
drove
worth it.
there 50 times.
He says I've made deliveries.
I think we
I
discovered
delivered
Justin's
bananas.
new intro.
Trust me.
Long haul trucker. I'm gonna change it real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, way better. Love it.
All right, T, you go ahead.
Okay, so my Wreck and Rev. Hopefully you guys have seen this, but if not, you definitely need to go watch it on your own time immediately. The "They Not Like Us" music video by Kendrick Lamar. Do you guys even
No.
know about the Drake and Kendrick beef?
Oh, I
that's
know about
going
that.
on?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm well aware.
Okay, so
I
basically,
think I mentioned it last episode.
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone doesn't
So
listen to the podcast.
in my guys, I was on my honeymoon.
Good point. Good
What do
point.
I look like? Never mind.
You should have the podcast playing in the background the whole time.
I was gonna say that. I was like,
start
what do
from
I look like
episode one.
playing the podcast?
Start
Anyways.
from episode 1. Like you guys are on your honeymoon. You're like, you know what? I miss those guys.
We thought about you guys
we
the
should
whole
have been your
time.
only thought the whole time.
Chilling on the beach in Puerto Rico, listening to whatever y'all talk about on this last episode.
Nobody knows.
I don't remember.
I was there.
I
and
don't
know.
remember.
Okay.
It's all a blur.
Please go on, T.
Maybe, okay. Whoa. Okay. So, anyways, you need to watch the video. It's fire. I mean, it's good. I just think it's crazy how much influence Kendrick actually has. Like, you know, he kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for like a really long time, and nobody knew why. And then all of a sudden, he just comes back going in on Drake. And to put the icing on the cake, he made a whole music video and brought literally every gang in freaking LA together.
Just
in
to hate on
one,
Drake.
Yeah,
And his
just to
family.
hate on Drake.
Every
Like, it's
gang
insane.
and
Sorry.
Amazon.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The-
Amazon.
Every gang
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Amazon.
True.
Yeah.
That's
Jeffrey
insane to me.
Bezos is a gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all listened?
Certified.
Have y'all listened to?
Certified.
I want to say his name is Josh Johnson. He's a comedian that was talking about the Drake and Kendrick beef. He said that this isn't like your normal hate. This is old black man hate.
Yes.
Like he said, "Ooh, I hate you so much," and he went into detail on why.
Mhm.
And there's so many different reasons, but it just boils down to the fact that he
He hates him with a passion. like a
Kendrick has
burning
set a
passion.
new standard for really, really hating somebody. Like there's a new level that you have to live up to now.
There is.
It's like how much you hate them. It's like I hate them as much as Kendrick hates Drake. And
There you go.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's made my aspirations of hatred so much higher.
You have
Like I
aspirations
realize
of
I haven't
hatred?
been hating to my full potential.
Oh my gosh.
I could hate more.
but actually back to the actual music video, I will say the intro,
Mm-hmm.
that snippet of whatever unreleased song that
Mhm.
was, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
We need to link the music video.
I need to watch it.
You do need.
You
to
do need to watch it, and then you need
video.
to watch it again.
and then,
and then
again.
We'll put it on the big TV before
yeah.
everybody leaves.
Let's do
Yeah, we'll just have like a family show and tell. You know.
There you go.
Okay, guys, here's a video.
it. I'm down.
I'm here for it.
Period.
Yeah, it was just really good. I love Kendrick.
I do too.
I watched it. I watched it
forgot
last
how much I
night.
loved him.
When I watched it, it was up for 5 hours and had 7.6 million views in 5
Yeah.
hours,
Wow.
which
Yeah.
is insane.
How many is it at right
Bro,
now?
Drake is
Hold on.
cooked. Drake is cooked. There's just no other way to put it.
I don't
Like,
think-
He said it's a 20 versus 1, and Kendrick was like, yeah, 20 songs from me versus 1
versus
from you.
one. Yeah. Mhm.
All I do is hang out with my wife and kids and write music, Drake. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to win.
Yeah. But that's it.
20 million views in 24 hours.
It's at 20 million right now.
It's impressive.
Jeez.
Just when I thought the song was gonna stop playing on the radio. Here we go.
No,
Here we go.
he's going for the
coming
Grammy.
It's coming
He's
back.
coming
Yeah.
back.
He doesn't even want the Grammy.
No,
You're just in it for the hate.
Grammys are rigged. Anyways,
I hope he gets the Grammy though.
Grammys are rigged.
Oh,
Imagine
100%.
a Grammy that's about
just
hating
Drake.
Drake.
just when
being a pedophile.
I'm down. All right, guys. Well, I'm up next here. I got a quick movie for y'all. Furiosa. It's a Mad Max saga. Have you guys seen like any of the Mad Maxes?
Yes, I have.
All
Yeah.
of the others.
I've seen the original first 2, and then the last one, Fury Road.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I
I
saw,
didn't see the newest one
but
yet.
I know I saw one.
Did it have Tom Hardy in it?
Or was it
Bane.
Mel Gibson?
I don't know. Honestly, I just remember it being really weird. I just walked. I think my family was watching it or something. I don't know. Like, who picks that movie for family movie time? But I walked in on it, and I just ended up sitting and watching it. I just remember the guys bald, riding the things, and there was a lot of fire, like a lot of fire.
That's all of them on.
There's so much fire.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand what was going on. But I mean, the film was still super intriguing, so I watched it.
Yeah.
I would probably assume it was the more recent one.
Probably. I don't know. I was younger though.
I bet you it was Fury Road.
It's older than you would expect.
Oh yeah, the original is the 80s.
No, I mean the more recent one. That was like
2016.
I thought it was early thousands.
No.
Huh.
What?
Hold on.
What is Harley discovering over here?
It was 2015.
Oh, okay. I was off a
Yeah.
year.
Listen, my whole life is just a blur of trauma and forgotten memories.
You have no idea how long ago anything was.
I don't. I truly
Yeah.
don't.
2020 really wrecked us. I will
Like
say,
I found out like 2 days ago that Ellie is actually supposed to be going to pre-K, not kindergarten.
oh yeah.
I don't know how old she is. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she's 4. Sorry, she just told me she's 4.
4. You better tell him, girl.
So, this movie has Anna Taylor-Joy in it, and she is incredible. It's basically a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. It's got Chris Hemsworth in it, and Tom Burke, and a lot of the original people that were in Fury Road. But it's just fantastic. It's a George Miller film. If you've never seen his stuff, it's just go watch other Mad Maxes. It's very crazy. It's very loud. Tons of fire. Tons of action. It's just a really great action flick. And so, if you're in the mood for quality action, this will do it. What, did you just find it?
Yeah, I watched
That'll
the Fury
do it.
Road one.
Yeah, Fury
I was
Road.
looking at the pictures. I was like, oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
This guy with this face mask on. Crazy.
That's Joe, Morton Joe.
What a day!
Stupid.
What a glorious day to die!
But yeah, that's me.
Cool.
Chris, you're last.
Yeah, so mine is a little bit more niche than that, and actually we watched it together.
We did watch
it
it
was
together.
such a good time.
It was so great.
We had a great bonding moment. This is a 2014 movie, although you wouldn't expect it from the way that it was shot. It's entirely in black and white.
Ooh.
Black Noir.
Well, you would think so, but no. It's not a noir movie. Film noir is what they call it. It's not film noir. It's
I
a
was about to say.
spaghetti western, actually. That's
The
the
fuck does
category
that
that it
mean?
falls into.
Spaghetti.
So spaghetti western just means it's a western that wasn't
Somebody
shot
touching my
in
spaghetti.
America.
Oh.
It came from a term with like an Italian director that had all kinds of different like Italian people. They would shoot it in deserts in Italy, but they would call it a western, and they would all use American accents and pretend it's a Fistful of Dollars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
That's
that
where
one,
the spaghetti part comes from.
or
Spaghetti.
the original
Italians.
Django. The original
Ah,
Django. Not
yes.
Django Unchained with Jamie Foxx, but the
The
original,
original.
Django.
Mhm.
Those are spaghetti westerns.
Shut up, really?
So this one
Hold on.
Spaghetti.
has nothing to do with cowboys.
Oh,
It
okay.
absolutely does not.
But
What?
it's categorized in the spaghetti western genre, basically. But it's called A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Heard
What
of
a
it.
title.
I've heard of it.
So it's about an Iranian vampire, basically.
Yeah.
And she's out there killing people, doing their vampire thing, and it's a good movie. Like, it's just really good.
The tagline, the first Iranian vampire western.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So it has nothing to do with like Western anything
Or spaghetti.
or spaghetti,
No spaghetti. No
but it
Italians.
is categorized.
Yeah. As a spaghetti western. So,
Okay.
like, she's a skateboarding vampire that kills men that treat women wrong, and that's
Justice.
all the men in the movie.
Yeah.
So they all end up as
Batman.
her prey or something else to her.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It has Ranjit from How I Met Your Mother in it.
Hello.
When I saw him, like it's such a sad character in this movie, but
It
when I
is.
saw him, that's all I could think of was How I Met Your Mother. So
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
I think the premise is really cool. But
It's-
what a interesting.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
It's very artsy, and it's very it's kind of rewarding if you're a woman. I think.
I agree entirely. One of my favorite little Easter eggs, actually, Heather pointed out to me, is that there's a poster in the vampire's room of Madonna, but it's not actually Madonna.
Oh yeah.
It's the Madonna face where she's doing this thing with her hands on her face, but like in the weird angles. But it's
Vogue?
actually what's her name? The writer of Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's other posters too. Like Elijah Wood is in a couple of posters, I think, and
Yeah.
but he's not Elijah Wood.
No,
He's someone else.
There's a poster of Michael Jackson where I think it's the Beat It poster, but it's Elijah Wood instead of Michael Jackson. So it's pretty great.
Yeah.
But definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. If you are a film buff, if you like movie trivia, things like that, it's a great movie to watch.
I like that
Yeah.
she skateboards.
Yes.
That's cool.
I like that she stole the skateboard from a kid.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. I mean,
Oh.
sorry, kid, but makes a good story.
Yeah, he's like skating down the road and she stops him and she's like, "Hey, are you a good boy?" He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you lying to me?"
Oh my god.
He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm a good boy." She's like, "Don't lie." "I'm a good boy." And then he just takes off running and leaves his skateboard behind. And she's like, "This is mine's now."
Mine's.
She doesn't say that, but
Oh, that'd have been funny.
it would have been funny. No. It's a great
Poor
movie,
kid.
though. Check it out.
All right, everyone. That wraps up our first part of the show. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk about what makes the best friend group.
Not true.
Thank you all for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe and leave a rating on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at AlwaysMorePod.
If you'd like to ask us a question for us to answer on the pod, you can email us at alwaysmorepodcast@gmail.com, or you can call us on our Always More hotline and leave a voicemail question at 254-218-4042.
You can also follow all of our social medias individually and as the Always More podcast. Thanks for listening. Let's get back to it.
Not true.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. In today's episode, we are talking about what it means to be in a good friend group. I thought this was an interesting topic because I think we are a friend group of sorts. Some of us have been individual friends longer than others, but we all share a common,
Denominator.
yeah. Wait, yeah?
Yes.
That's just a fraction term.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that means anything to the friendship or not.
Fraction.
Common traits. Common characteristics.
There you go.
Yeah.
Common interests.
Common
There you
interest.
go.
We all went to the same traumatizing place. Some of us.
Common
Yeah.
trauma.
That's very true. We share trauma together.
I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Wow.
I'm 100% honest. I just realized that when you said that. I just now caught that.
That we share trauma.
Yeah, we all have the shared trauma.
Yeah.
I
Except for
moved across the country for that trauma.
Chris didn't go when
I-
we all went.
No, I wasn't there at the
No.
same time,
Well, me and him were there at the same
but
time.
I was linked.
Yeah.
You could tell me
what
your
a
trauma,
place.
and I would be like, "Yep, I know them."
The beautiful tapestry, the beautiful story, and like just the ages. It's like House of the Dragon, different eras and different
Thread in a
people.
tapestry.
But anyways, yeah, today I thought we would talk about what it makes to like be a good friend in general, but also like what we think are good like things and like ways to remain friends. And so I brought an article to the table today, and I hope you guys are on board with it. And it's just to start off this conversation about what is and what makes a good like best friend. So this is from Psych News Daily. According to a recent survey, women are more likely than males to claim to have a best friend. What do you guys think? True or false?
In my experience, it's true, but they're more likely to claim that some random person is their best friend.
I was just about to say that. Girls call each other best friends after like 2
yeah,
days.
Yeah.
Boys, it takes a long time for you guys to consider each other like, oh, this is my best friend. Because you actually consider the qualities it takes to be your actual best friend.
But also, like, we'll have friends that we have, like, y'all as women will consider our best friend. We don't even know the guy's name.
yeah, that's true.
Like, we spend hours with this dude, like, day after day,
Yep.
never learn their name.
Mm-hmm. But you know, like everything else about them, just not their name. Like,
Yeah.
you just know what you like.
Yeah. I've
The name
seen-
doesn't matter.
I've seen
Their
TikToks
deepest,
like
darkest
that. Like,
secrets.
Their trauma.
I've seen those TikToks where women are like, "What's your friend's name?" "Oh, I don't know." "What did you guys talk about?" "Oh, he's a sports fan, and we are on the same football team when we were younger, and blah blah blah, and like we've been hanging out since this day, and his favorite car is a JDM, blah 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 blah." And like,
He's had about 5
do you
ex-girlfriends.
know his name?
yeah, yeah.
No,
Not at all. Nope.
his name, date of birth, where's he from? No, clue.
No.
No idea.
It's true.
So in the survey, 260 people based in Europe and North America participated in the study, which was released in October 18th in the Journal of Adaptive Human Behavior and Psychology.
Physiology.
You were correct. Physiology. Thank you.
Go
Their
biomarker.
average was age 31, and their ages range from 18 to 80. And according to the poll, only 85% of men and 98% of women said they each had a best friend.
I consider myself blessed.
Amen, brother.
That's still pretty high for men if that's the case.
Yeah, it's not
Like
bad.
that's above 3/4.
Yeah.
Did they ask the older ones if their best friend was still alive, though?
Oh, Chris.
Oh my god.
Probably.
The age ranges to 80, man.
Oh,
That is a
If
fair
you
valid
think I'm
point.
making it to 80, I don't know what to tell you, bud.
don't
One
say
of you
that.
is gonna die, and
Tim's
Tim's, gonna
gonna-
be like, "No, I don't got a best friend. He's dead."
I like that you said one of us is going to die, and then Tim is going to be like, we know who you're talking about, Harley. It's okay. It's
Chris,
okay.
You
I got a lot.
sad.
you
I got
may
a lot going
survive a
against me,
zombie apocalypse.
but I'm not going to survive
living-
old age.
Yeah.
The only way I'm outliving y'all is if a zombie apocalypse happens.
Jeez. Jeez.
The survey also reveals that men's connections with their best friends were far less intense than those of women. Factors what matter in choosing a best friend, according to this article, is women's friendships were characterized by their intimacy, whilst men's friendships were more characterized by their participation in social activities.
That track.
Yeah, it does.
Outside of you, I think you and Jeff, all of my other friends are Janelle's friends' husbands.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Like, they're all tracked through Janelle some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men, but not women, cited outgoingness as a deciding factor when selecting friends, for instance. Interesting. Outgoingness.
Not necessarily the more outgoing,
like
the
that's
more
debatable.
likely. No, not necessarily the more outgoing, the more likely they are to be best friends. But, like, if their outgoingness matches mine,
Yeah.
then we can be friends.
Hmm.
Like, if they're too outgoing, I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
If they're not outgoing enough, I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I think that also makes sense. But then also, like, if they are outgoing enough to try to be my friend, then I feel like it's like Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I
we're
get
both
it.
shy, and you're the one who's outgoing enough to ask me questions about myself. Like, oh, okay, cool. I respect that effort. I appreciate
Yeah,
that effort.
But
it's
I
like
think with-
I don't want to put in any effort. You,
Listen,
yeah, make
I
me
can
like you.
promise you, most guys with best friends did not make a decision to make a friend that day.
oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it's
It's
like
proximity. Like Tim was literally forced on me when we were in 7th grade. Somebody was like, "Hey, you should hang out with this new kid and get to know him and introduce him to people." And I was like, "I don't want to do that." And then Tim showed up and was like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Tim." And I was like, this nerd. And then slowly over time, best friends.
Now,
Yeah. So it's like Tim's outgoingness. It was a force to be reckoned with.
absolutely it is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But it's actually even it's like it doesn't even necessarily depend on I don't think necessarily the emotion or the personality of the person. I think it's just like finding that connection with them kind of brings that out, especially in guys. I think like Hunter, for example. I think I personally connected with him when I found out he liked Lord of the Rings. Like he had the tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's super cool. And like
Yeah.
just like that's when like the outgoingness I think kind of sparked up and everything. And so
Yeah. That makes sense.
the study also discovered that humor was a crucial element in women's best friendships, but not in men's.
that is so weird to me. Like,
I don't think so, because that's what women always say they're looking for in a partner as well. Sense of humor.
yeah,
It's like one of the number one responses. That doesn't
This is true.
surprise me at all.
I
I
just
just
don't
like funny
understand.
people.
Yeah, I mean, I get it for women. I just don't understand why it's not for men. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
'Cause
like men
feel like
are
that's
the
a
biggest
crucial.
clowns. Yeah.
But
Because
like,
we all
no, but
carry
I
our
would.
own humor with us. Why do we need yours?
I mean,
But no, I will say like
Listen,
don't
I'm
find-
That tracks.
hilarious and adorable on my own. I
Oh
don't
my
need
God.
someone else.
Were you
Here he
saying,
goes.
Justin?
Brother.
But no, I was just saying, yeah, it's like I don't think I necessarily like would think describe a lot of my friends as like. Sorry, a cat's yelling outside my door. I don't think I would describe a lot of my friends as funny, you know, because like that's not like the first thing that comes to mind. Like it's definitely not a factor in deciding the people I'm going to be friends with. It's like I don't know, more so common interests and common values.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like if you're an agreeable person to be around, you could be really boring.
It's true.
But if you're not offensive, that's fine.
That's like number one for me. Like, are you racist?
I
Are
mean,
you
literally.
a hole.
Yeah.
Are you Republican? No, you got a shot.
Yeah. I like funny people.
I like funny people.
I think it's just like, that's really good. We're going to be lifelong friends.
That's a good one.
I think like for me it's intrigue. Like I need to find, and this is going to sound shallow, but hear me out. I need to find something deeper. Like I don't like small talk.
Oh
And
my
so-
God. I was Tim, we are on one because I was literally just thinking about that. I was waiting for you to finish talking so that I could say that because I hate that. But go ahead. It's your time to shine.
Oh, okay. I
Go,
mean, I was
Buki.
just, I mean, it's really surface level like that. I just need, and I can be friends with someone and not it be super intriguing, but like in order for us to have anything beyond a casual acquaintanceship, I need us to like talk about things deeper than just how's the weather. Did you watch this football team, which I'm not even interested in, play this weekend? And so,
Absolutely.
like, I need something deeper. I need something more in depth.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. I feel like I enjoy small talk because it's so controlled that I'm like, oh, if I want to expand upon this, then I will pick something like that football game they mentioned or whatever and be like, okay, cool. Why do you like football? And then it gets deep.
Yeah.
But I feel
I'm
like
the
I
same way.
need the small talk.
Sure, but the small talk has to lead to something though. Like that's
for
what I'm saying.
me,
Like, I'm not
it's-
saying you
Oh,
can't have it
okay.
at all,
For
but
me,
like,
it's the salesman in me. Like, I start off with small talk literally every conversation I have with a person.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like you have to start there, but then there's like a switch that gets flipped, and immediately it's like, oh, you like Star Wars. Tell me why your parents
Right.
were unavailable for you as a child. Like
Literally.
you feel comfort in Star Wars? Me too. Explain to me the traumas that led you to that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it just to me, it shows that there's an interest both ways. Like, hey, let me divulge enough about myself with you, and let there be like it doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. It just has something to do with, am I able to discuss things on a deeper level with you?
Yeah.
And that means something to me. It's quality to me.
The secret is to give them just enough to where they think they're getting in with you, but it's not what really matters to you.
Mm.
Wow.
I
do
that with
wonder-
literally everyone I've
That's
ever met.
strategic. Yeah.
I do wonder how those requirements shift in cross gender relationships, like male female friendships.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters to some people, but to others, it's a really big deal. Like to me, male, female doesn't matter. I truly do not care. But to some people, there's a big difference.
Yeah. I think too, and we can kind of conclude this in this first part here, but I think in order for things to progress past that, initial stage of, just being acquaintances, I think you have to kind of like take the other person seriously and have some kind of respect with them. And to me, I can't find respect with someone who's not willing to find deeper meaning in things. And so again, it's not to do with intelligence, but it's just like, okay, but can you treat other things seriously? And like, because some people that can't take things seriously, I just cannot sit in a room with for too long. I'm just,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. But last thing, part of this article, they said it's interesting to note that neither athletics nor physical beauty had a significant impact on either men's or women's selections of closest friends. So, interesting.
I get that. I mean, I think it's something to consider for sure, depending on your station in life. Like, if I were trying to date Janelle, like if we weren't like solidly married and I was just trying to date her, I would not want my friends to be hotter than me.
I don't know if that's what they were talking about, but
You said physical attractiveness and like athleticness and stuff. Like, I
On
said
your
you want to be the
closest
best of all your
friends.
friends.
I would want to
Yes.
be the best looking. Yeah, absolutely. If I'm going to bring this woman around my friends, I want to make sure she's still going to be looking at me.
Tim,
Like, I'm not going to be hanging out with Tim and Justin and Jordan. Like, I got to
Chris
find
just
some
called
ugly
you
friends.
ugly.
that's exactly what I just heard.
Mhm.
Sure did.
Tim, when did you meet Janelle?
It was, I don't know, was it junior year, senior year?
Yeah, after I was solidly locked into my position. Trust me, buddy. If I
What do you mean
thought
locked in? She was dating another dude.
I knew what I was about, I wasn't worried about him. I was worried about you.
Oh man.
So I had to make sure like my position was solidly
Oh,
in.
okay.
He wanted to make
Got
sure
it.
I wasn't a threat.
Got it.
You
Got
didn't
it.
have
The other
a
guy didn't
position,
matter.
Chris.
Yeah.
No, hey, Chris, I understand exactly what you mean.
Listen, Harley, if you think I didn't have a position, I want you to come back to Texas and talk to Janelle for more than 5 minutes about that.
I mean, okay, I do know that part, but I'm saying like,
She didn't realize it, but she was in love with me.
Oh.
okay, whatever helps you
The
sleep.
confidence is confidencing. You know,
Ask
I'm
her.
proud of you.
Ask her. Ask her yourself. She's right there. Go ask her.
Oh, gosh.
I'll ask her later.
All right, let's move this thing along. Let's just talk about what do you feel like. Okay, so we talked about like individual friends, but let's talk about groups. I remember, and this is just my own little story here. Me and Chris, it kind of started off with me and him, I would say, but it branched off to me, him, and this guy named Dre, and we were good buddies for a long time. Then we kind of expanded it to a few other guys, and we were pretty much friends like all through high school. We went to each other's houses. We like did the whole like late night with like Halo 2 and everything and whatnot.
Good times.
How about you guys? Do you guys have like a group of friends that y'all like had growing up?
Yes.
You're really gonna ask me that?
I'm
You're
doing it
gonna
for-
look at me?
I'm doing it for the pod.
You're gonna
but
look
yes.
at me and you're gonna ask me that?
Do tell.
Yes. I did indeed. I had several friend groups.
Tim was
I
there.
think. Yeah, Tim. Tim.
I mean, I wasn't.
But
in your high
yes,
school
for the
years.
sake of the pod, yes, I had several friend groups. I think I've always been the type of person who can adapt to any different social group or setting.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know. I gotta blend in like a chameleon.
I feel the exact same way. I feel like I was
Same.
good at being kind of like the jack of all trades. Like I was a
Yes.
decent enough like level friend to be in a lot of other like cliques, but like never
Yeah.
like deep enough to be like super close friends with anyone
Yeah.
at like
Yeah.
at school. But like that was where Chris and like Dre came involved.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dre and I both had the same personality, I think, in that we could not just blend in, but control any friend group we were part of. Like, I wouldn't say I was the most popular guy around, but if I wanted a friend group to do a certain thing or to be a certain way, it was not hard for me to get that to happen.
So you admit that you're manipulative.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God.
One of my favorite
Mhm.
things to do is like I'll start stuff and then I'll just look over at Janelle and be like, dance, puppets, dance. And she knows what I did.
That's a toxic trait, Christopher.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
is.
only use it for good and sometimes entertainment. Never for
Okay.
evil. Never for evil.
It's not inherently bad.
No, it's not.
For example, if you have two really argumentative people in a group and you want to manipulate them into arguing about something stupid
That's great.
for the
yeah.
entertainment of the
I do
whole,
that all the time. One of my favorite phrases, I wouldn't take that.
Yes.
You do use that. You too.
Actually, one of my favorite stories about that, when I was working at Men's Warehouse, I had a manager that was dating a woman that I knew was of Romani descent. And I also knew that the G word to describe them is mean. So we don't say that. And I told that to that manager, knowing that he was going to use that around her, thinking that she didn't know. But I also knew that she knew. So I just was sowing seeds of fights in their relationship.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
my God, that is
Jeez,
evil.
Chris.
And then
You were
one
like
day,
the homewrecker for Friends.
one day she came to work and he said it while she was there, and I saw her look sideways at him, and I was like, yes, my job is finished.
I mean, it's like, it's a little evil, but you are also teaching him a lesson.
Oh,
Complicated.
Jeez.
It's complicated.
We'll say that's why I did it.
there's so many variables there that I
Yeah.
really hope you talk about with your therapist.
Yeah.
I fired my therapist. So I
Oh,
will not
well.
That tells you how that's going.
Did you try to control them too?
No, she said we were going to talk about my abandonment issues at our next session, and then she did not show up for that session.
That's true.
Oh
she was the bad
my
one in this.
God.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So she abandoned you two.
Oh, 100%. Like, my life has so many moments that could just be like parts of sitcoms, like a Drake and Josh show. Like, I was doing Zoom calls with this therapist, and I waited in the car where I do my Zoom calls for 45 minutes. Like, my meeting was supposed to be at 10, and I didn't come inside until 10:45. And I just told Janelle, she was like, oh, is your session over already? I was like, oh, she didn't show up. And Janelle was like, weren't you supposed to talk about abandonment? Like, yeah. I think it's immersive therapy, really.
Like, so what'd you learn? How'd you feel?
Good God. Okay, back to friendship.
I'm just going to go cry.
Friendship and rainbows.
Okay, so how about you, Justin?
That went for so long, I don't even remember what the question is.
Like friend groups.
Friend groups.
Yeah, did
Oh,
you
like
have
did I have any like growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few. The fun one was I was homeschooled until high school, so, friends
Oh,
with
that is its own friend group.
Jeez.
Me and
that
my
is its
mom-
own thing.
Me and my
Interestingly
mom had
enough,
the best of times.
I still keep up with some of those people.
Your mom and your
By
dad, I would
default.
hope so.
No, like homeschool kids.
Christopher, speak for yourself.
Hey,
But yeah,
I
I
talked to
don't know.
half of those people.
I do feel like most of the people I grew up with, I'm not really that I was close with. I'm not close with anymore. I mean, a lot of them I'm still friends with. Like we'll see each other like once a year or once every couple of years, but it's like I don't know. I feel like you grew up together, and a lot of times you diverge in different directions.
Right.
Some of us all end up working in churches, and some of us don't work in churches anymore and have a lot of negative feelings there, and
Yeah.
that can create some disconnect.
I feel like
But-
it'd be really easy for you to see your friends, though. on all of your long haul truck drives.
They're just not in the right places. Just a little bit out of the way.
They need to move to a Benny Keith area. That's what it is.
Yeah. It is interesting just to kind of like look back in the year because like Harley, like actually you and T, like I remember seeing y'all's friend groups like when I was y'all's pastor and everything, and kind of seeing how y'all treated each other. But then as y'all graduated, seeing how those friendships changed and merged or diverted and like these other kind of things. It just reminded me of like me and Chris like growing up. Like obviously we kind of stayed close, but we also had our own friends that we kind of just grew apart from and like just didn't want to, like, it's not that we didn't want to necessarily, but just naturally, changed. And so,
Yeah.
so let me ask you guys this. Excluding this group right here, are y'all like you guys feel like you have a group? Or like, is this it?
I would say like not really. I think, part of me leaving the church and leaving Texas resulted in like a disconnect there. Like, and it's not to say like, I don't talk to those people anymore, because I still do, but it's definitely not the same. And then when I moved back to the Midwest, I had a group. And then one of the people who my sister affectionately refers to as trash bag, because he decided to sleep with the wife of a friend of ours.
Oh.
So that basically destroyed that whole friend group. I was in a band. We split up. The whole band fell apart.
Not the band.
It was the singer of the band. He just left the state because everybody
course
knew,
it
and
was.
everybody.
Jeez.
Of
everybody-
course
He
it was.
left the state.
He left the state.
It's always the singer.
He moved back to Tennessee. Our drummer moved back to
Why'd you let him in the group?
our drummer moved back to Canada because his green card expired. The friend whose
What are y'all
wife
laughing at? He went
was
back. He followed the law.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
yeah, the friend whose wife was involved. He was around for a bit, but then he up and moved back to Florida after they split because he was like, I'm out. So it was like my whole like when I moved back to Wisconsin, I had this like social circle, and it just like blew up within a matter of like 2.5 months. Just
I have
everyone was
something.
gone.
I have something to help you fix that. We should start a band.
Ooh.
No.
What? I support it.
No bands.
Okay, here's the thing about
No
bands, and
bands.
this is still friend related. If you start a band, you can't be really good friends with somebody, or you have to be absolutely best friends, because being in a band is hard because people suck. Musicians are the flakiest people in the world.
Oh, 100%.
They
I
will-
agree.
They will,
However,
as a
here's
musician,
the thing.
yeah.
I promise not to try to sleep with your wife.
Oh my god.
But like, no, it's like they
To
won't
try?
show up. Yeah.
Well, look, I can't make a promise that I won't because that's her decision as well. But I can promise that I won't put any effort into it.
Chris, stop talking.
Oh my gosh.
And I won't allow it to happen, is what I'm saying.
Oh, good heavens.
All right. That's that.
But yeah, all that to say is no, I don't want to start a band. I am making music still, but mostly entirely by myself, because also when people don't have a lot of experience, they sometimes have really bad ideas.
Well, yeah.
Fair enough.
I
Well,
think that goes for a lot of things.
If you
Like
ever
when
want
I was in the-
lyrics, let me know.
When I was in the band, I used to rewrite other people's parts, like Dave Grohl.
Hey, Dave
because-
Grohl is a genius. All right, we're not gonna badmouth Dave Grohl.
Oh no! I'm not saying it's bad, because I would rewrite their parts and send
He
them back
said
to them, and they'd be like,
Dave
"Oh, this is better," because they would be like, "I'm like, oh no, this idea sucks," and they would push it, and then I have to rewrite it so I didn't run ahead with it and just be like, "All right." So no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You're like, do you feel like there's
Wild.
any like I think about people like 21 Pilots, like obviously it's like best friends. You feel like they still are?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when
like
it's
he was just saying,
a
you have to
duo,
be best friends or not super close at all.
and even then, it's like there's probably going to be a lot of tensions that happen during the complicated things that they probably got over, because like they got over that hump and they are successful. Like I think about like the band Under Oath, where their drummer, who was best friends with their singer, left, and they had a lot of tensions, and they've talked about it a lot publicly and
Right.
various podcasts, and like now they're all back together, and they're best friends. still.
To
And-
Under Oath's defense, like Aaron Gillespie just needs to chill. He's got what
That-
3 different, because he's got the Almost, Under Oath,
Yeah.
the Aaron Gillespie Project. He's part of his church's worship band. Like, that man just needs to relax.
Nah, it's just really just Under Oath from the Almost, and then he writes professionally. That's his day job now.
Okay.
He doesn't do the worship thing anymore. He left the church after some.
Oh yeah.
He got-
yeah.
He was actually on a tour, and some shows pulled out because he dropped an F-bomb on a podcast talking about his anxiety, and they canceled his shows.
Reminds me of what was that other group? Oh man, they did the same thing, but it was actually in a song. But they were talking about like just Great Depression. It made me really mad. Like that's the whole
King's
point.
Kaleidoscope.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so let's bring this back to this. Then, what do you guys feel like makes a friend group work or don't work? Like not talking about bands anymore, but just like in general, like what makes friend groups work? What doesn't work? Do you have any stories? Any weird examples?
I think it is an insane amount of luck, honestly. Like, you have to have very similar moral codes, not exact, because if you have exact moral codes, that causes fights as well.
Hmm.
But similar, you have to be able to grow with each other, and like somebody has to be the lead and somebody has to follow, and that has to be able to switch. It can't be that same way the whole time. Like it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And for all of that to continue to work for years and years, you have to have an insane amount of luck to meet the kind of people that will work that out with you.
And patience.
Yeah.
think
It takes a
patience
lot
is
of
really-
patience. Really, the same things that make a marriage successful, I think, is what it takes to make a friendship successful.
So really, just
Well-
maturity at the end of it. Like basically mature enough to like talk things out and have conversations about your differences.
I don't think it requires maturity, but it requires the ability to mature together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Intentionality.
Yeah.
that's good.
Like you can both be like hella immature, but as long as you're maturing at the same speed,
Mm-hmm.
roughly,
Mm.
like that's what it takes.
Yeah, but when it's multiplied with like more than just 2 people, then there has to be some kind of level of, I don't know, maybe it kind of like reminds me of like,
I'll fix that.
what
I
did you
just-
just break?
I just
Christopher, what did you do to the Falcon?
I can't see you, and it was making my heart hurt to talk about friendship and not be able to see you, my friend. I want to look my friend in the eye while we talk
This
about
friendship might be over. What did you do?
I broke your
And then you
falcon.
broke the falcon.
Friendship over.
I think friendship takes a lot of forgiveness, is what I'm saying.
There's so much anxiety in me right now. It reminds me though, like of like TV shows. Like I'm watching Community right now. Have you all seen that?
Yes.
No.
And like literally, no one in that group is the same.
They're not supposed to be friends, but again, it's not the personalities that matter. It's the ability to grow together, the somewhat common interests,
Mm-hmm.
and the ability to forgive and like roll with the punches that make those friendships continue to work.
Yeah, like being really open to the like change.
Mm-hmm.
I think because obviously people will change at the drop of a dime. Like
100%.
some people get introduced to different situations that they've never been in before, and then they react in a way that you would never think they would react. And it's up to both of you to like, and a group. It's harder in a group because I think people just have different expectations of others.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a group, others can influence another person and be like, that person is being funky.
Mm.
We don't like that.
Right.
And then that's when it gets really complicated.
It's
There's so many factors.
It's almost like it's easier to check each other when the group is kind of larger, but it's also easier to feel like you're being like picked on or kind of
Singled out.
Yeah, it's like a catch-22.
Right.
It's like you
Yeah.
have to have that kind of level of maturity of kind of go, okay, if this many of my friends are saying this thing about me, then I need to probably evaluate
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of hard to do sometimes if you're not mature enough to catch that.
But that also changes like as you get older too.
Yeah. Because
It's like-
I know when I was in high school, I was an asshole. Oh my God. There are some conversations that I've been told about that I'm like, I
Like
Me?
if I said that now, like I would expect to be put down.
Yeah, I would throw myself off a bridge.
Uh,
Jeez.
Like,
when Tim
it's
and I
actually
were
crazy.
when Tim and I were younger, there was a point where I've always really been into women. Like that's always been my thing. So when I was, I think, when I was a freshman in high school, I think I was a freshman. I was talking to this girl, and at the time, being involved in the church, we were not trying to be as interested in women as we genuinely were. And Tim called me at one point. And was whatever was about to happen at this party I was at. Tim called me, and
yeah.
like that stopped all forward momentum that I had with this girl I was talking to. And then I was like, oh yeah, man,
Sinner.
you saved my life. Great. Like I would have made a big mistake. If I were single and that happened today, I would punch you in the dick. But I also know that if the shoe were on the other foot and I called Tim and ruined something and that happened today, he'd punch me in the dick. We've both grown as people.
I'm done.
That
You have
that's
matured. Bravo.
I feel like
Baby?
as we
Question mark?
mature, our relationship matures.
Cheers.
I know. I think
Weirdest
it's
friendship of all time.
the maturity is like knowing when to not listen to your friends.
Mm,
Ooh.
Wow.
Hot
Go
take.
on.
Hot take.
I mean, but like especially like growing up in the church, it's like you're really constantly always told what to do, how to do, and it's like so when someone who's like in it calls you out on something like, oh yeah, you must be right. You don't actually like really think it through and process it to be like, oh wait, because it's really easy. You think about all the crazy things we were taught as kids and teenagers in church that's like not true.
Right.
Because we were conditioned to like really accept that. Side tangent. Were y'all taught that like women had one less that men had one less
Yes.
rip than women?
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
and
I'm embarrassed at how long it took me to
that
actually
that
realize
popped
that
up on TikTok for me the other day, and I was like, oh man, I totally forgot that was a thing. That's
I
the
remember
stupidest thing
being
ever.
taught that and arguing with the person that told me because, like, that one thing about me is I'm gonna look stuff up. Like, I'm gonna learn about whatever you're telling me. So when somebody told me that, I actually remember the person that told me that, and I'm not gonna call them out because they may listen to this podcast. But I remember the person that told me that, and I remember arguing with that person. I was like, no, that's not right. Like. I can count my ribs right now. That's not correct.
Oh my god.
But it's also like when you learn, like in science class, and they're like, there are 206 bones in the human body. And then you have to be like,
So why aren't there 205 in a man's body?
yeah, like, wait a minute. Something's not right
Hold
here.
on.
It's the atheist trying to deceive us.
That's why they put the dinosaur bones there.
Yeah. But sorry, to go back to like my initial statement, I think that, it's like as you progress, you learn like when to like not like make decisions for yourself. And in a good friendship, you can put that out there. And if that person doesn't accept it, that's not gonna cause this unless it's like a really bad decision. Like you're telling someone to not rob a bank and they do it, you're like, hey, you're kind of a dumbass. But like
Cut me in for something.
generally speaking, it's like you should be able to, in a healthy relationship, not take that person's advice and it not cause massive tension or a rift in a relationship.
Right.
But by that same
Yeah.
token,
That's
if
good.
it is a good friendship and that person doesn't take your advice and the situation sucks for them, you're obligated to make fun of them for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it gets really hard when like religion and stuff gets involved. But like even then, like
I don't think it's
I don't
necessarily
know.
religion. I think it's just it has to do with like what I think Justin said a second ago. It has something to do with are you being told what you have to do? Because not all religion does that, and not all denominations do that. But there's definitely a culture in American evangelical, and that it just has to do with culture. It has to do with capitalism. It has to do with America itself.
It's also not just religion, though. It's religion. It's politics. It's,
yeah. It's
If
Ethnic
you're
cultures.
really into sports, it's sports teams.
Yep.
It's anything that you wrap your identity in.
where is the authority coming
Yeah.
from? And it actually I won't let you finish because I have a whole thought behind that, but you were getting into some other point there.
I was just gonna say, not that it necessarily not that it, like you were saying, there's other ways that it can get complicated. but like in the sense that me personally, I can't speak for everyone. I want to respect other people's beliefs, moral understandings, etc. And it's hard because even when I was involved in church, there were sometimes like LGBT, like some things that I didn't agree with other people about, even though we had like the same fundamental understanding. But that's like you were saying, when it comes to sports teams, culture,
Yeah.
etc. Like
There
it can get
there are hard
complicated.
lines that you wrap your identity in, and somebody else will wrap their identity on the other side of that line. And
Yeah.
even though you agree with 98% of everything else that they say, that one thing is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is. Like, I could agree with you guys 100%, but if you say gay people don't deserve rights, like, that's it. We're not friends. Game over.
All right. So here's my question then with all this. Do you guys feel like there are roles in group friendships? If so, should there be? And if there are, what are they?
So 100%, there's always the mom friend. Doesn't matter what gender you are, you can be a mom friend.
That's true.
Especially if your friend group is neurodivergent. Whoever takes the lead role of that friendship is not like the captain of the ship. They're the mom.
Yep.
Like,
I
Are you
think there's
talking
also a
about?
dad.
there's
Yeah.
a dad,
There's a dad.
there's a mom, there's a dad, there's also grandpa friend.
It doesn't mean
Or
they're
grandma.
together though.
No, they don't
They
have
are
to be
two
together.
separate entities. It's just the dad is the one who is, oh, just rub some dirt in it. You'll be okay.
I'm usually the dad friend, if we're being honest.
Yeah. That tracks.
And it works out really well that Janelle is usually the mom friend. It's like, if
And
Janelle
then
has a
you're
problem with some
together.
food that she orders, she's just gonna suffer. Like, that's what it is. But if I have a problem with food that I order, Janelle will burn down that restaurant
Oh,
if they don't
absolutely.
fix it. Like, that's the mom friend override. Doesn't matter who you are as a person, it's how you act with your friends.
Yeah.
yeah,
What else?
I
it's
feel
the
like
baby.
there is the baby. There's also the planner, which I feel like could be classified as the mom, but I also feel like it's its own entity. Like the planner
Yeah.
is the one that
Mm.
trips, vacation. That is, yeah. Everything has a schedule.
100%. Like,
Everything
hanging out with
has
Janelle
an
and Tim.
itinerary.
Tim is the planner, and Janelle is a mom friend. So
Yep.
if Tim sets up a plan and stuff starts crumbling, Janelle is the one that makes sure it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how that works.
And
Hey,
if
hey,
stuff
what's
starts
that like,
crumbling, it's usually
having-
my friend. It's my fault.
What's that, Justin?
Efficiency. Like, what's that like? Where you have like efficiency in your friend group?
Oh, I don't know. I do everything I can to make it not be that.
Oh my God.
It does.
Everything in my power to cause that to fail.
Jesus.
I think it also, you can change what position you are in every friend group you're in.
Interesting.
Ooh.
So,
So, like, if you're
like-
the mom friend group in one group, you could be the baby in another.
That's literally, yeah. Like my friend group up here, I'm baby.
Hmm.
I don't care.
Little baby.
I'm just a girl. I'm a little baby. But like some of my other friend groups, like at least with like me and Kenzie, I would say I'm the mom friend, but she would be like the planner friend.
And that's not specific to the area either, because when you're here, you are also baby.
I'm baby.
You're baby with my friend group. With my wife, you are baby.
I'm baby.
And I mean that in the sense that if you're here and I say anything against you or that she perceives to be against you, because I don't think I've ever said anything mean against you.
She's literally called you out in our other group chats when she's listened to the pod.
Yeah, like she attacks me,
Yeah. Because you deserve it sometimes. You need to be humbled.
which is fair. I do. I understand that. Sometimes my head
Chris,
gets
you've
too
never
big.
done anything wrong in your life.
Justin's not my best friend.
I think there's also like cool uncle.
That was what I was going to say about
Ooh.
Justin.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he's the cool. Like, I feel like, okay, I could plan the
I
most
felt that
amazing.
just now, like 3 seconds ago. I felt that.
Yes, I feel like,
Yeah.
okay, let's say like we all decided, hey, let's take a trip to Austin. I would probably be the one to go, hey, here's the different places we can go. Here's the times that we can go. Like we can carpool this way and everything. But as soon as we get there, Like Justin is like, this is my city, this is my town. Let me show you where to go. Like I think like that's exactly who Justin is, and like I would.
That's hurtful. I feel like that's me in Austin.
Okay, Austin was
So-
just a subjective place that he chose.
Exactly. I don't mean.
Literally anywhere else, Justin, for sure. And honestly, if you're there, I'm baby.
He's a truck
You
driver.
just called him your new best friend, so shut up.
Yeah, he
Okay,
is.
so listen, that's my point though. Is like you need the kind of guy who's just he just knows. He's just the know guy. Like he is like I need a person to know his way around things, and that's Justin.
Yeah, and he knows a guy.
That's
You
true.
know, Tiara, do you remember when we worked together and I always like knew a guy for like everything?
Yes.
You guys used to make fun of me for it.
Justin knew a guy that knew a guy to fix literally any problem that we
That's
had.
uncle vibes.
It is uncle vibes, actually.
And again, speaking to the changing your roles in friendships, like that's me in most of my friendships. I know a guy.
Yeah.
Like if I can't fix it, I know a guy that can.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my family. Oh, that hurts. I'm the uncle in my own family.
Jeez.
But like anytime Tyler's talking to his friends, like he's the guy that knows a guy
Mm-hmm.
in all of his friends groups. I'm usually the guy he knows, but he knows a guy.
Like I feel like we would like go to a concert or like a club or something, and Justin would like know half the people there. Like not in like the like everyone crowds around him because he's the cool guy kind of guy, which he is. But like it's just like he just randomly like, hey, how you doing kind of thing. Like just casually like I know the guy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like that guy.
I like.
Coincidentally.
I don't like being that guy. I like being with that guy.
Exactly.
Justin, we need to hang out more. Come back to Texas.
Yeah,
Come on
truck
now.
driver Justin. Woo. Drive your
And I
truck
feel
over
like-
to Texas.
Let me know next time you're bringing toilet paper to Texas.
I feel like in this friend group, Tiara is baby.
I agree.
I agree.
Yep.
I'm a baby in most friend
She's
groups, actually.
here for a good time.
I am.
Tara is intentionally
Carefree.
baby.
I am. I'm carefree. I'm here for the good vibes, and that's about it. And
Alright.
I'm just gonna rock with it.
So in our friend group,
Yeah.
who's who?
Well, okay. Hold on. Before we do this, in other friend groups, I'm either baby or I'm the therapist friend. That's usually those are my two
Oh.
roles. And that was one that we didn't bring up, so I want to make sure we bring it up. Is the therapist friend, which
Right.
can also be combined with mom, but
Mhm.
sometimes the therapist friend is like the most carefree friend, like me. But
Mm.
when you need something, I'm there to talk it
But
out.
like also auntie.
There's also auntie.
So who would you classify?
No, that's like the same. Like that's what I would think. Like
me?
Auntie
Like
is
therapist?
therapist friend.
oh.
yeah.
Mm.
I agree with that.
Like the cool aunt. Am I
Yeah.
the cool aunt? But I'm also baby.
yeah.
I don't know.
You're the
Cool
aunt
baby
that
aunt.
like the niece and nephew is younger, but like by like a year.
Yes.
Like where you guys have like almost the same birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Like
Take you out on your
Angel and her
21st
nephew.
birthday.
You just turned 22.
Yes. That is me. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. Continue.
what would you call the kind of person? Because Chris, I remember this like when we were growing up. You use this in a negative context when it came to me, and that's the person who brings people together. Like you got mad at me because I brought people into our friend group. Like I was the unifier.
Mm.
That's
It
Jordan.
just felt like I wasn't enough for you.
But that's your abandonment issues.
Oh, 100%.
Jeez.
Look, listen. I understand that genetically men are coded to be polyamorous from like from the dawn of man, just to spread our seed all across the world.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
never been that guy. If I have one person, I want that one person to only want me. Relationships, friendships, I don't care. Like you and me, that's it. There's no one else on this planet. So when Tim was like, "Hey, let's go hang out with Dre," I was like, I don't like Dre." And then we hung out with Dre, and I was like, "All right, I like Dre. Dre's cool, but no one else." And then Tim was like, "Let's bring in this other guy," and I was like, "I don't like this other guy." Nah, the other guy's all right. We can hang out with the other guy. And then Tim's like, "How about this guy?" I was like, "No, not that guy." All right, that guy's cool.
That's funny because that's how me and Jordan are in our friend groups. We are well, at first it was just us individually, but then we got married and now we are the couple that brings other people together to like become friends.
Mhm.
Like a lot of our friends
Yes.
have met because of us. And now we're
Yes.
all friends.
That's how I know Justin.
Yeah. Literally
Jordan was like, "Hey, we should bring Justin on the podcast." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, we
talk
do
to
that
this
a
guy."
lot actually. And so like I feel like we're the reason why Justin knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. Like cuz we brought him
Justin's the guy, but you are Justin's guy. for
yeah,
guys.
we're the guy for the guys.
He's
in a
your
way.
guy.
Mhm. But then it's like we have like our like Destiny has been my best friend since like the 4th grade. And it's funny that you say that about Tim is like, like it's just you and I forever, nobody else, because that's how it like I was for me and Destiny. But then we bring people in, I'm like, okay, no, these people are cool. But then those people will come in and out throughout life. And it's
Yeah.
always just going to be, me and Des
Mhm.
at the end of the day. But whoever comes is like, yeah, come to the party, woo. And so, yeah, I feel like that's my role
Yeah, I
and
get
Jordan's
that.
role. Yeah.
I get that.
So what are we talking about? Who the roles?
We're
Other
trying to
roles?
figure out who's what role in our podcast friend group.
Oh,
The pod family?
Tim's the planner.
Tim is the planner.
I feel like Tim, you're also the stressor.
God.
So Tim is the
You
mom
be
friend.
stressing about everything.
the mom
yeah,
friend.
you're the mom and the planner at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
You think of all the 101 casualties that can happen at an event.
Yeah. Harley's getting like trauma flashbacks from youth group.
I was really thinking of like youth camp. Like, my God.
Alright.
Tim had a
Yeah.
backup plan for the backup plan. Like, there was everything.
So sticking with that, I think Justin's still the cool uncle.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Cool uncle.
I think
Tiara's baby.
Tiara's baby.
Tiara's baby.
So that leaves Chris and I.
Chris is the chaos. The good chaos, though.
I think I'm more dad.
I was going to say Harley's the dad.
Yeah.
Wow, Tim, look at us.
I don't know if I'm offended or
Reversing
not.
gender roles.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm offended or not. Continue.
I
But
don't know.
but you and Justin in a lot of sense have the same similarity. Like you go into a place and you can vibe anywhere you're at.
Yeah.
But you bring a sense of how can I disrupt what's going on right now? And that could be a great thing or a really, really great thing or a really horrible thing. And all of them are fun, though.
I don't know if I like this. I think I'm
I think there's
offended.
always a drama friend. And I think Chris has to be the
Ooh.
drama
There it
friend.
is.
Ooh.
Thank you for that,
Is it
Harley. That's
me?
what
Am
that's
I
the
the
words I
drama?
needed.
Drama.
Those are the words I needed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job. Yeah.
Chris lives for the drama. Don't act brand new.
I
You
will accept that.
Are you offended?
He loves a good
A little
theater,
bit.
you know?
A
He-
little bit.
He was in theater. He was in drama, like all
I'm
through
a-
high school.
Oh my
and-
God.
I'm only offended because it's so accurate.
We got a theater
what-
kid on our
What was
hands.
that? John Mulaney. I know, but hey. First of all, how dare you?
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Or
But-
got
but-
like comedic friend.
Well,
I
that's
think
very
that's
true.
also a thing.
Yeah.
That is very Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who always has like a quip.
Well, you're very good with people too. So like, if I need someone to like help like out in a situation and like make everyone friends, like that's you.
The buffer?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like if we're at a restaurant or something.
Am I the duff?
No.
The designated ugly friend?
No.
No.
No. No. It's
Not
more,
at all.
It's more like I feel like I could be the kind of person like I am the dad in the sense like hey, you got our order wrong. Can we just talk about this? But Chris be
Oh,
like,
that's mom friend.
I guess it is mom friend.
Mm-hmm.
But you would be like the kind of person that's like the very up. What's the word I'm looking for? Just you'd be super chipper about it. Like you're doing such a great job. We got everything we need. We're just missing one thing. Like you would like turn it into a positive, and you would uplift them instead of like bring them down.
The feel
So
good
once,
friend.
Once
Yes.
again, that brings it all back to dance puppets dance.
Yeah.
The drama.
The drama.
The
drama.
The manipulation.
The theatrics.
Yep.
Yes, there it is.
100%. All right. I feel it. I'm good.
I
Alright.
love that for you.
We're okay.
I love that for you too.
I'll be offended later. It's fine.
Okay.
There's no offense. You just bring the vibes.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be genuinely offended. I'm just going to pretend to
Oh.
be offended so that I get stuff.
Drama.
He is
Drama.
Exactly.
he is the master
Yes.
BSer.
Yes.
God, I cannot begin to tell you how many times I knew that he was BSing.
I actually have a doctorate in BS.
I know you
Oh
do.
my lord.
And God, it just pissed me off sometimes because, like, fuck you do. I know you're lying right now.
Like, legally, I should introduce myself as Dr. Ford.
Oh. No.
I can show you the degree.
If it's in theology, is it in theology?
Does it count?
Yes.
We're not having this conversation.
All right, let's wrap this up. So what?
The Bible is the most dramatic of all. So
Agreed.
I think
100%.
that speaks volumes. This man got a doctorate
in the drama.
in drama.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My favorite prophet from the Bible is Elijah, the man who literally was so depressed he was like, "I'm just gonna take a nap and die." He told God, "I'm just gonna sit here and die unless you make this better." And God was like, "Have a snack, have a nap." And then he woke up and he's like, "I guess everything's fine."
It's like your relationship with Janelle.
It's like my relationship with everyone I've ever met, ever.
Just give him a little treat and he'll be okay.
I just need a little treat, just a little treat.
A little girl dinner, and he's fine.
Girl dinner. Yeah, 100%. All right, I feel it.
All right, everyone good? Everyone. So, final thoughts. How do we what's the best way to make a best friend group? Maturity. That's kind of what we kind of alluded to. Just knowing when to
Being able to mature.
Not
Not
mature.
maturity
Patience.
itself.
There you go.
Time. Can I say this? People who require a lot of time to make a friendship work are not my type of friends.
Mm.
And I mean, this might be a hot take, but like, I like the type of people. Like, Harley and I are friends. She lives all the way in Kansas. I barely see her unless we do the pod. But we're still, I know that's Bestie over there, all the way in Kansas.
Truth.
Destiny, she lives in Dallas. I only ever see her like maybe special occasions, birthdays, or if we like plan out months in advance a hangout. But every time we reunite, it's like we never left.
Yeah.
Those are the type of friends that last.
And it's interesting too. That kind of ties into, I think sometimes you kind of need separation in certain aspects because, like in this case, I feel like I'm closer to Justin than I ever was when he actually physically lived here.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
And so, I'm really grateful for our friendship, and like even though we really only talk through pod and stuff, but like I feel like I have more of a connection with you, good sir, than I ever have before. And so it's interesting how different dynamics can change based on your proximity to people. And sometimes you would think that the further away you are, that the worse it can get. But in some cases, it's kind of like, actually, this is kind of works. And, it's interesting.
I'm gonna be
Shows
honest
the
with you guys,
effort.
the biggest growth in mine and Justin's relationship, I don't even know if he knows happened, but it's when I realized his girlfriend was white.
What are you talking about?
I was like, same.
Oh.
Twinsies.
On that note, I think we're going to end this
All
segment.
Oh, wait. I want to mention one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like, in the same essence of like time, I think like age matters. Like where you are in your life.
Like compared to the other people?
Not like numerational age, but stage of life age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like
I get
back when I was attending the church and Justin worked there. Sorry, Unc, you're just getting brought into this for a moment. But
that.
like,
Did you just say
You're-
Unc?
yeah, he's the example.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can say that.
You literally quoted a problematic comedian
I did.
who wasn't even Asian. Anyways, so Justin and I think we maybe had 2 conversations max in person. But like back then, I was a totally different person than I am now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't think back then me could have had like the cool friendship that we have now.
Yeah, I get that.
And like same with like, even like Chris and Tim, like back then, age-wise,
yeah.
we're in very different positions in our lives. But then like we grew up together. We're
Mm.
like little babies.
I do think
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
that we're adults, like we're all adults now.
Yes.
Like even if we were mentally in the same stage of life, you were a child at one point
It is-
while
Yes.
we were adults.
That is
so that
interesting to think about.
friendship should not have happened.
But not even like when I was in college and I was a volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just very different.
Mhm.
And that's when like I knew Justin. I was like in early college. But like college me is very different to post college Harley.
Mm.
College
Like you
changes
just need these life experiences to see people in different lenses. And that's why I think it helps when people are patient with each other and open with each other to let people grow and become who they are.
Yeah.
And if you see them going like down, not the bestest of paths,
You abandon them immediately.
no.
This is
Oh.
why you're the drama.
Yeah, literally. You do what you can to help them, but it's also up to them to be open
Yeah.
to accepting that kind of help.
Yep.
Well, I'll put that on me because I think in our friendship between me and Chris and even other friend groups, I feel like I wouldn't say I was necessarily the immature one, but I definitely had a lot of room to grow. And so in that aspect, I agree with what you are all saying about how it has to be a mutual like understanding of we're growing together. Because I feel like there's a lot of things that if I could not be friends with myself from 10 years ago, I just couldn't.
Oh.
I could not. But I don't think you could be friends with 10 years ago me either right now.
No,
And
I
so
could not.
and so it was us growing together in that aspect. But it has to be a willingness to grow and change.
I could be friends with 10 years ago me, but not 10 years ago you.
Yeah, I
But
get that.
10 years ago me
I was an ass.
would have been friends with 10 years from then you.
Uh-huh.
So like it's not, I don't think it's a you thing, it's a me thing.
Yeah, it's an all of us thing. It's what we're all saying here. It's a mutual growing together. And so I get what you're saying. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, on that note, we will end this main segment. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got some great fan questions from some people out there. So we'll be right back.
Stick around. We'll be back in a second to do stuff.
Not true.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that little friendly conversation about friendships.
Are we doing commercials anymore?
Why can't
Sort of.
we be friends?
Why
mean,
can't
sort
we
of.
be friends?
We'll talk about it later.
Are we being paid?
No, we are not getting paid
Why not?
because no one wants to pay us.
In this economy,
You're right. Maybe Justin knows a guy. Maybe we can get paid through someone Justin knows.
There you go. Come on, Ark.
Those aren't the people I know.
Justin doesn't know.
We're all trying to get paid.
you don't know the Tulsa King?
Fan questions.
Fan questions.
We got some questions from people that we know.
Isn't
If
there
you
a sound for this?
I was about
we-
to say.
we did. I forgot to press it, so I'll just put it in post.
Like,
Fair enough.
If you have a question that you'd like to ask us, you can do that basically anywhere. We have social media, or if you'd like to email us, or you can also leave us a voicemail question, which no one's done, I think, in probably at least a year. But it is
We're not paying for the voicemail thing, are we?
no, it's free.
Okay, cool.
But you can do that at 254-218-4042. Again, that's at
254-218-4042.
All right. First up, Riley asked, if you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
capybara.
Capybara, capybara,
What is
capybara,
that?
capybara, capybara, capybara. They're the world's biggest rodent.
True story.
And they're
Oh.
they're like the
and they are
most chill
so
animal.
chill. They can like hang out with crocodiles, with storks, with eagles. They hang out with fish, with sharks. Like nobody cares. Capybara's just
Yeah.
capybara.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They
Go
can get
They're
as
like
large
besties
as
with
150
everybody.
pounds.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are heavy.
They're just
They're
big.
chunk.
They are chunky.
They're
Chunk.
rats the size of dogs. They look like giant guinea pigs.
Yeah.
And
They're
you'll
so
see them
cute,
frequently
though.
just sitting on the bank of a river next to a crocodile with a turtle on their head.
What the
They
world?
Yeah.
ride on crocodiles. They like
100%.
stand on them.
Like, I'm
100%.
sure one has been eaten by a crocodile, but I've never seen a documentary video about them being eaten
Show
by
me the
anything.
Carfax.
I know, exactly.
Prove it.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
that looks like a
Prove it
like
with
a
science.
beaver, but I know it's not a beaver, but it looks like a beaver.
They're so chill.
They're both
And a
rodents.
baby one looks just like an adult one, just tiny.
Oh,
Like a guinea pig.
just a mini one. Oh, that's so cute. Why is it?
It's like copy paste,
Yeah.
and then like you enlarge the image.
Just grab the corner of the thing and
Enhance.
like
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
love
cool.
them.
I love that.
I'm going to go with peregrine falcon. They're my favorite animals.
of course you are.
Mhm.
What? Damn. don't know how to
I just
take
mean
that.
because they're your favorite.
Oh, okay.
I just knew
I'm
that,
gonna
was
put
that was
that
gonna be
on
your
your
answer.
tombstone, like an engraving of one.
Tim Lichty, the peregrine falcon friend.
All right, I'll take it.
He's him.
Hmm. I don't know. Come back to me. I gotta think.
Justin?
I would be an owl.
Hmm.
Why?
Um, Nocturnal. They're cool. Sometimes they sit on top of. Well, when I lived with my sister, they would sit on top of the house across the street and just like watch.
Oh.
And it was really creepy to a lot of people, but I thought it was really cool that they're just
You know what?
there.
In my
You
culture,
relate
that's a
to
bad
them.
sign.
Hmm.
You said what?
In my
I said
culture,
you
that's a
relate to
bad
them.
sign.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I was not clear as to who I was speaking to.
For real.
Who did you want to hear talking?
Who?
You, Chris.
I just
Which
said,
culture is that? As you have several.
in my Honduran culture, it's a bad sign.
Okay. It is a bad sign in some other cultures too.
I thought
Yeah.
it was also bad in Native American, like pretty much across the board.
It depends. So in Chippewa, it's bad, but in like Navajo, it's not. It just
Mhm.
depends on where you are. Like if you
I
are
mean-
somewhere where there's a bunch of owls, it's a good thing. But if
Oh.
you're somewhere where there's like not that many owls, or like
you
the
see
owl
one.
breeds are smaller, and you see a big one, you got to worry.
Ah,
Mm.
that
Like-
tracks.
Owls are like, because like they can represent like spirits of the dead,
Yep.
Mm.
but that isn't necessarily negative.
Yeah, some cultures see that as like, oh, my spirit of the dead is visiting me, and others are like, oh, that means I'm going to be a spirit of the dead soon. So
Ah.
just kind of varies.
Why I have an owl on my arm?
Oh, look
I
at
think
that.
you relate to them. You are very observant. You just
Mhm.
sit there and perceive.
And you don't sleep.
Your
Oh.
head your head turns 180 degrees sometimes.
I do sleep.
Okay, just like not at night though.
Unfortunately, my current work schedule requires that I do sleep at night. It's awful.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, you're not nocturnal anymore?
sorry, bud.
Jeez.
No,
All right, I think
those
I
are the
figured
good
it
old
out.
days.
I
He's
figured
a
it out.
daytime owl,
I would be
if that exists.
if I can pick where I live and with whom, I would be a house cat.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say a dog. We're in this together.
I
You are
just-
mischievous.
Well, yes, but I want to have like the ability to jump on things and climb things and go where I want and eat what I want when I want, pee, piss inside the house, whatever. Like I don't want to have to worry about going
Be
outside
taken
on
care
a
of.
record,
Yeah.
but I also want to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I knew I was going to be in a house where I was loved and like I was allowed to do whatever I want, like the cats in my house,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be a house cat.
It's
100%.
like you can be the biggest menace, and at the end of the
And
day,
I'm
you're still gonna
going
get
to be
pet.
loved.
Yep.
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 It's
I'm
perfect for
I'm
you.
gonna get my food. I'm gonna piss and shit in a box, and I'm gonna get pets.
I mean, you could do that now too.
Um,
I don't think I could get away with going to the bathroom in a box,
nope.
but everything else, yeah, technically, for a while until Janelle got sick of me, and
Yeah.
then I just move in with Tim.
Yeah.
Tim hates cats.
But
I
I
do
wouldn't.
not.
I wouldn't actually be a cat. I'd be
Go
me.
with it.
Oh, yes, I do hate cats.
That's funny.
You say you'd be a dog, T?
Yeah, I'd be a dog. More specifically, my dog. She's a chocolate lab. Doodle mix, but not really much doodle, more lab. And she just lives the best life. We spoil the crap out of her. So I would love to live her life.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Macaroni
Yeah.
and cheese.
If
Macaroni and
I could
cheese.
live Milo or Tessie's life, like solid.
Yeah. She's so great. She eats apples and strawberries every day, sunbathes certain
Wow.
hours of the day, gets a bath like once every 2 weeks. It's great. She
Yeah.
lives life and just lounges.
My
And
cats
she's
have a
allowed on the
heating pad.
couch at my parents' house. So she's just loving life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
I
cats.
love that.
Those cats can go anywhere.
Yeah.
If Tessie jumped up on the table right now, I would just like gently move her.
Yeah.
That would be it. Like she's not gonna get in trouble for it.
Mav never gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Literally for anything. I would love to be her.
Period.
Last question. Shane asked, favorite bedtime story as a kid?
Anansi and the Strange Moss-Covered Rock. I read that story to Ellie every now and then. Like I've had that book since I was but a tot. And I read it to Ellie now and she loves it. And
Okay.
it's one of my favorite memories of my dad like reading that story to me.
That's cool. I
Uh,
like that.
my favorite bedtime story is Good Night Moon. by Margaret
Mm.
Wise Brown. My mom used to read
That's
that
a
to
good
me a
one.
lot. And when I was a kid, I claimed that the moon was mine, nobody else's. It was just my moon. And so,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
that's a great memory that I have.
Fair
so
enough.
That book.
Yeah, like when it follows you home when you're looking out the car window.
Yep.
So all
That
the,
was my
all the
moon.
listeners out there, like it's just Tiara's moon.
It's just T's moon.
You
I mean,
don't-
I've grown up to share the moon, but if you would have
but
asked,
she still
like,
owns it, so
oh, okay, yeah,
you can't.
still under.
Like if
yeah.
you went there, you'd be on her property.
yes, that is all mine. Mm-hmm.
That guy from Despicable Me is going to be real upset when he finds out. I don't think I have a favorite bedtime story. I wasn't read bedtime stories as a kid, but I
Same.
got bedtime songs.
Aw,
Same.
that's cute.
Yeah,
I
my
think that
dad
might
would
be
sing.
cuter than the stories.
My dad like combined this like ABC's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star because you know that they're really on the same count.
They're the
Yes,
same
they
song.
are. They are the same song.
They're
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
exact song.
And he would combine those, and then he would give me like a small spiel somewhere in between there of like about myself and be like, Harley is so great and so cute and so pretty and she's so smart and the best.
Harley Bianco, she's so great, don't you know?
Yeah. Like cute little stuff like that. And he would change it every night. That there was no lyrics, truly.
She
And
like
then, yeah.
wrote it down one night. And she's like, "All right, I'm gonna sing along." And then he changed it up. And she's like, "What the hell?"
My favorite part, yeah, my favorite part is I would like lay facing away from him. So he'd sit on the edge of the bed and I would face like the opposite way. And I would like this is why I can only have one eye open. Like I can't really wink with my right eye, but like I could do that real nice. And I just would like sit there and like
Oh,
stare and like try and watch him. Obviously I couldn't see past my fucking nose and he's behind me, but that's besides the point. But
She tried.
I would like fake sleep and stuff like that. Good stuff.
I think one of the sweetest
Aw.
things about that is he absolutely knew.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 3,000%. I used to purposely, he would take my hair and like move it off my neck and like play with my hair. I would purposely
Oh.
like put it in my face so he could like move it off of me. And he'd be like, oh yeah,
When
I know what she's doing here.
when Ellie knows it's bedtime, like if she's laying on the couch watching TV or whatever, and I say it's gonna be bedtime soon, like she'll pretend to be asleep, and I know she's faking, but it's adorable. And if I don't play into it soon enough, she's like, "Papa, will you carry me?" So I have to like pick her up and carry her to bed, and she always wants me to sing the Tarzan song. I've
you'll be in my heart.
yes, it'll be in my heart.
Aw.
So I always carry her to bed, like literally every night, carry her to bed and sing that song to her, and it's her favorite thing.
I love that.
So good. Wow. Dads.
I know.
Awesome. Good
We
stuff.
try, some of us.
Bedtime
try.
stories?
I know Tim tries.
Bedtime songs? Anybody else?
The book Corduroy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one.
Solid.
good one.
It's still at my mom's house, and if I have kids, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna steal it.
It's just a little guy with overalls.
He's just
And he
a
lost his
littlest
button.
guy.
Just the littlest guy. Wait, he's got overalls, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's where he lost his button from, and he tried to steal the button off of the bed, and yeah,
Ah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
So
I
good.
didn't know that corduroy was a material for so long. I thought literally every time somebody said my
Yeah.
corduroy pants, I thought it was like pants with corduroy like on them.
They got little tiny teddy bears on them?
I thought it was cool, man.
Yeah, that would actually be really iconic.
I had a shirt like that, so I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Can you imagine if they were corduroy pants, like the pattern
With corduroy on them. Oh my god,
Somebody make it happen.
my mind is blown. I would
Mhm.
pay so much money for those pants.
No, truly.
now
Oh my
the
God.
word corduroy has been said so much it doesn't sound real anymore.
Bowl.
Bowl.
Those pants would be a hit at the
Bowl.
library.
Wait,
Bowl?
are you saying the word bowl?
Yes.
Okay, wait, sorry. Speaking of words not sounding real, my sister literally yesterday, she's like, "You talk about me on the podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And I'm going to talk about her right now. So she can't say the word bowl. It comes out as, oh no, sorry. She can't say the word boil and it comes out as a bowl.
Oh.
yeah.
She can't say,
Oh.
Yeah.
she
Bowl
can't say
some water.
soil. It's like soul. Like, can you-
That's like oil.
so I'm like, do you want to boil some water?
5 bowl of boiling oil.
So it's like
Yep.
bowl.
Sometimes it's just
boil
phrases
some
like
water.
that though, because like Janelle can say quit and she can say shit, but if she says quit your shit, it always comes out quit your shit.
I feel like we need this like a soundbite that we can like play on the podcast.
Quit your
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get her to say it on the recording. Yeah, for sure.
Like Ellie's little saying. What does she say?
You deserve love.
It depends.
No. She says, that's so cute though. No, her little Southern accent. She told Hunter to go and get, I think, when we were visiting.
Oh yeah, gon' get.
That is funny.
I think she thinks it's one word. Gon'
Don't
get.
get.
Go get. And then you want a
You
hamburger,
want a
baby?
hamburger, baby? So cute.
So good. Tim, you haven't told us if you have a story,
I don't.
bedtime story.
I don't think I remember any. Like, I don't think I was like given. I mean, I'm sure I did. I do remember like the one, but it wasn't my favorite. But it was like the one my mom would read to me. It was the one where like it's about the mom who has a baby and she sings like she picks him up and like sings him a song every time. But it's like the
I'll
stage
Love You
of his
Forever.
life. Yeah, that one.
Ellie has that book.
Yeah. I
If you want it, I'll go get it for you right now.
I know what
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
My daughter has it too. But like I remember that one. Like that's the only one I remember. But
It's a sweet book.
it is a sweet book.
It hurts my heart to read.
Yeah.
So if you want it, it's yours.
I don't want it.
Just get it out of my house.
Oh man.
Good times.
Good times. Well, guys, I think it's time to end this this episode.
I'll
Yeah.
agree with that.
It's been a good one.
Yeah.
It's been a really
Agreed.
good one. I like this one.
Friendship.
Friendship. Good conversations. I
I
like
like-
conversations.
Yeah.
Like friendship conversations with my friends.
How friendly.
Whoa. Friendception.
So thank you all again for listening to our podcast, and be sure to subscribe and leave a rating on your favorite podcast platform, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at the Always More Pod. Justin, where can we find you?
I am everywhere as Justin is Theory.
Harley, how about
That's
you?
it.
I'm on Instagram at whatharley, WUT Harley, and on TikTok at harleybean.co.
T?
I am on Instagram and TikTok as Tiara1R.Nickel with a Q, not a CK.
Chris?
I'm on Instagram at Captain_CT Ford and TikTok at Christopher.Lionheart, but I will not see any Instagram.
And you can find me on everything at Timothy Lichty. It's LAECHTY. And thank you all again for listening and for being a part of the conversation. And remember, there's always more than this. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.
#1 besties, our listeners.